All right, good morning, everybody. I thought it would be, oh my God. I thought it would be fun to do a cute little get ready with me. I've got a busy day ahead, but I keep meaning to film this video. So I thought, why not two birds, one stone? We'll talk about my most anticipated books for 2024. I'm not a makeup YouTuber. Should be fun. Just gonna moisturize with the Ultra Repair Cream. I don't typically have most anticipated books. Or, I mean, I say that to mean there will be one or two. I have authors I really like, but otherwise I don't really peruse things that are releasing. I feel like that's something that I'm newly gonna have to pay attention to now. I'm just putting on a face oil. This is the Ordinary Rosehip Seed Oil. I love this stuff. I feel like that's something that I'm gonna have to start paying attention to now as someone who's trying to publish and someone who's obviously having a book channel. So I'm gonna have to know what's releasing now, and that's I don't think I anticipated that. I thought I could get by just making videos about books that I specifically wanted to talk about, but obviously those are higher effort. So I have to read a whole book and then write a whole script and then film a whole video. And so if I'm trying to post every week, I can't have every single one of my videos be that. The sun is rising and it's it's making the lighting kind of questionable, but we're gonna do our best here. Anyway, let's pull up my Goodreads. I never go on Goodreads on my laptop. It's always on my phone, but I'm using my phone. So I went through the effort of scrolling down the romances that are going to be released next year and seeing what interests me, what caught my fancy. I didn't get that far down the list, but my list was already super long, so I decided to just cut it off there. I don't know if they were in order of release date, and so if these are only going to be the first half of the year or whatever, I guess we'll find out. I also should probably grab my makeup. It's sitting a little bit out of my reach, so I'm going to do that. Hang on. Okay, the makeup has been, oh my God, is the sun going to... Maybe I should switch which blinds I have open. Give me a second. I don't have time to film this later, so it's now or never. Oh, there we go. Okay, we found the combination of blinds that doesn't make me look crazy. Let's just hope things don't change. The sun's not gonna keep rising, right? It doesn't do that. Yeah, I went through a list. I made my own mini list. There's 20 books on it or something. 17 looks like. That's about what I read this year. I think I also have to factor in that I'm gonna be reading books for specific videos, so I might not get to all of these. I also might just decide to read something else. So the first book I'm excited to read is Funny Story by Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry. I know she can be very polarizing. Some people feel a lot of her books don't classify as romances. I'm just gonna keep clattering things in my makeup thing until I find what I'm looking for. Use the Milk Hydra Grip Primer. I love this stuff. I have the driest skin known to man. So you'll notice I've used multiple hydrating products since this started. But anyway, I love Emily Henry. I love every book she's put out for different reasons. I think People We Meet on Vacation is actually my least favorite, and it's funny because a lot of people say that's her only true romance, and the rest of her stuff has a very contemporary fiction feel. I love her, and so let's see. Basically, this one's about two different people who were left by their fiancé for each other. So our heroine, her fiancé left her for his childhood best friend who also had a fiancé, and the love story is about her and the other fiancé that both got left. I think that's kind of fun. I don't know. It sounds like a really fun premise. It's definitely unique to some of her other premises, which makes me excited. My big issue with Happy Place was that it was too similar to People We Meet on Vacation. It was basically the same premise. It's almost like she regretted things about People We Meet on Vacation, so she wrote basically the same book over again to do it slightly differently. That's what it felt like to me. So I'm happy that this premise seems so wildly different from her other books. I'm also going to use the viewfinder a lot to do my makeup. I'm just using the Becca under eye correcting thing. It's so good. Look at that. Look at that. I look like I slept last night. That's crazy. But yeah, so I'm excited about this. I like Emily Henry, and this sounds like a fun premise. It comes out April 23rd. Next, we have not one, but two Ali Hazelwood books. I love Ali Hazelwood, and I don't want to hear it, okay? I think the people who don't like Ali Hazelwood don't understand what her books are supposed to be. I think sometimes people take literature a little bit too seriously. That's a lot of the point of the last video I made. I'm also just using the NARS, what this is actually called, Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Anyway, Ali Hazelwood has two books coming out, Bride, and the other one's called something else. I don't know. I have Bride open. Her books are so fun, and they read so easily. They're some of my favorite books to take on vacations, because they're the perfect beach reads. They're so fun. Maybe she always has tiny, silly brunette, falls in love with large, hunky, brooding man. It's a trope that works on me, okay? I'm a goofy brunette, and I want my large, hunky, brooding man. Is that too much to ask? I'm especially excited because one of the books she has coming out is actually like a paranormal, which is not a genre that she's ever had traditionally published. I know she has like a bunch of fan fiction. Yeah, it's a vampire, werewolf, love. And really, I don't care much beyond that. Cool, sounds good. Allie Hazelwood, Vampires and Werewolves, sign me up. That comes out February 6th, so not that far away. For sure you will see me talking about that again. I am definitely reading that. Her other book coming out is Not in Love. I think this is kind of the next installment in her Women in STEM series. And it's a forbidden secret affair. Ooh, I'm excited. Oh, the girl works at a company that the guy, like, does a hostile takeover on. And then they have a secret affair while they're still doing the business deal. Ooh, I'm excited. Here's the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I forgot to say, I'm doing a very Christmassy look because I have a Christmas thing later. So we've got like a fun lipstick planned and stuff. Also, I put my foundation on in a really weird way and I don't want to hear it. But anyway, yeah, I'm really excited about her coming out with 2 books. This one comes out in June. So really, she's got time to release a 3rd one by the end of the year, if she wants. Next one is How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kuang. Oh, I remember. Okay, I was reading the synopsis of this and I was like, I don't remember it. Also, I'm taking a MAC paint pot and just putting it on my eyes. I know. It's an old product. I don't want to hear it. So it's called How to End a Love Story, and I'm pretty sure the reason I put it on my want to read list, oh my god, look at the way I'm holding my hand. I've never watched myself do makeup before. This is crazy. But it's because she's a screenwriter for, I guess they're doing a film adaptation of People We Meet on Vacation, the Emily Henry book, and she's a screenwriter for it, so it was interesting. This looks definitely Emily Henry-esque in that it seems like it's going to be more serious than a traditional romance. There's some kind of accident that bounds these two together, and there's references to like her family never forgiving him and stuff, and you know, him having panic attacks and her like not being able to move on, and like, so it seems like something really tragic happened. I'm guessing, I'm gonna predict now, because romances can sometimes be somewhat predictable, that he was like dating her sister or something and they got into a car accident and her sister died. That's my guess. That's my prediction. I could be wrong about that. It doesn't say that in the blurb. That's just my guess. I'm gonna use the Milk Stick Bronzer. That's just what it's called. Okay, you're finally gonna see me use a makeup brush. You're probably thrilled about that. But anyway, it definitely looks a little bit more serious than a traditional romance, but then it makes sense that she's working on an Emily Henry project, although then it's interesting that she's working on People We Meet on Vacation, which is the most kind of light and fluffy of Emily Henry's works. I'm going to like it, not just because she seems sanctioned by one of my favorite authors, but because I do like more serious romances. I do like to read contemporary fiction sometimes, and so it's nice when they cross over, because then I'm way more likely to read it, because I am such a romance reader, that like a heavy romance aspect of a contemporary fiction works really well for me. So I'm excited for this one. Then we have The Spy and I, where basically this girl's sister is like a CIA operative, but then I think she gets like mistaken for her. Yeah. And the guy is like claiming to be her sister's partner. But the way they phrase that implies to me that he's maybe not. They end up going on a super secret spy mission together. And again, I just think that sounds like a blast. I think I'll be able to turn my brain off and enjoy. And sometimes that's what you want. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, when does that release? Oh, I don't think I said when the other one releases either. Hang on, I'm still learning how to do YouTube. So How to End a Love Story comes out on April 9th. The Spy and I comes out on February 13th. Next one is The Kiss Countdown by Etta Easton. Okay, so this is an interesting choice for me. I don't usually really like fake relationship romances because, so I'm gonna get off on a tangent here. Who's surprised? I'm also just going to do my eyebrows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in ash brown. Anyway, I don't really love fake relationship romances because more often than not, the conflict is like actually between the two people, which is fine. Like that can be done really well. It can be. It often isn't done very well though. And I find myself very frustrated because more often than not in fake relationship romances, there obviously isn't an obstacle to them actually being a couple, unless it's like something that's going to happen at a certain time, like one of them is moving or something. But otherwise, it's like a fake relationship romance. Like everyone around you thinks you're in a relationship. So you have no external blockers to the relationship. Meaning the only blockers can be internal, which again can still be quite interesting if done well. But a lot of romance authors are really lazy about the interpersonal relationships between the characters. And so it's like some kind of miscommunication or something. Like they just think the other person isn't into them. So even as they start to develop feelings, they're like, oh, well, but the other person won't be into it. So like, what does it matter? And then you're reading a dual perspective where you see that both of them want each other. And if they literally just had a conversation about it, they would be together. And it's so frustrating. I'm gonna go for something simple on the eyes. Well, I guess I'm filming a get ready with me. All right, let me do something complicated with my eyes. I wouldn't have done my base makeup first if I had thought of that. If I do something complicated on the eyes, I usually do my eyes first. But also, I want to wear a red lipstick, so I am going to stick to neutrals. So that does help me out a lot. I just use this little like Viseart neutral. It's like just a bunch of mattes. I love this. This is so convenient. And then I need my gross little, no, I need to get rid of this. Look at this. I think that's mold. But I just like using the mirror. I don't use the bronzer anymore. Shouldn't show you that. Anyway, it's a strange choice for me, but I think the reviews on this one are really, really good. Like, a lot of people are saying incredibly nice things and seem to be real reviewers, since apparently we have to check that now. But there's a lot of very genuine reviews on here that say it's really, really good, and so I will give it a chance. It comes out on April 9th, 2024. Next up, we have the Breakup tour. This one's been making the rounds. People are excited about it because it's essentially like a fake Taylor Swift fan fiction. Like, it's a fake, main girl in it, I think, is supposed to be Taylor Swift. Although her name is Riley Wynn. And she's like a superstar pop singer who always writes songs about like the relationships that she's been in. Her ex-husband like claims that a certain song is about him. And so she like contacts her college ex and asks if it's okay to like tell the world that the song's actually about him, and then they end up with a fling. Now, I am not much of a Swiftie, but I have a lot of respect for Taylor Swift. I don't want that to come across wrong. I have a ton of respect for Taylor Swift. I think she's amazing. Like, what she's done in her career is incredible. I don't know, I just think it sounds fun. The idea that, you know, female pop stars are often kind of called out for writing songs about their relationships in a way that like male singer-songwriters are not. And so I'm hoping that this, like, talks about that a lot, since it seems to, like, have that kind of baked into the premise. I imagine that whoever wrote this is, like, a huge Swiftie, because why would you write a fan fiction about Taylor Swift if you're not a huge Swiftie? So I'm excited to read, like, a big Taylor Swift fan's take on that, because I think it's going to be really interesting for me as someone who, like, isn't closely following Taylor Swift, especially now that she's, like, in a relationship with Travis Kelce. I'm not 100% convinced that that's real, but I don't want to bring the Swifties down on me. So, you know, it is what it is. But definitely started as a PR relationship. Whether or not they're into it now is none of my business. I think it's especially bold to be putting out a Taylor Swift romance where she's not dating a football player. I feel like the Swifties are going to be kind of mad, actually. So we'll see how it all shapes out. But this one comes out January 23rd. Oh, that's coming up. I have to make sure I pre-order it. You're also, like, just watching the fact that I don't really know how to do my makeup. The key to makeup is just fixing it. Terrifying. Oh, this is the other one I'm picking based off of the reviews more than the actual premise. It's about a woman who lives in a house that they call the Spite House, and it's like really skinny and tall, and it's like in between buildings, and her ex-husband lives really close to her, and it's like the neighbor on the other side that she falls, so like her husband lives on one side and it's the neighbor on the other side that it's like the romance with him. Ex-husband. It's her ex-husband. This is another one that I picked more off of the reviews than anything else. It's like a lot of people really, really liked it, and they say that it's like, again, a little bit more serious. Like, there's a lot of descriptions of like mental health and stuff like that. I love all romance, so I love a fluffy, fun romance, and I love a more serious romance too, and it's nice to switch it up. When I saw that, I was like, okay, I will add that to my list. Oh my god, I just stabbed my eye. Okay, I've actually been filming this for way too... Oh my god, I just saw the time. We've got to wrap this up. That one comes out, I think it's in February or April. I don't know, it comes out sometime next year. That's the premise of this video. Next book is called The Paradise Problem. It's Christina Lauren. I have a love-hate relationship with Christina Lauren. I like some of their books, I don't like others. But I think I just liked the sound of the premise of this one. It's like a billionaire romance where in order for the guy to like get his inheritance, he has to be married for 5 years. And so he marries this girl in college in order to like essentially pay for her housing and stuff like that. It's coming up on the date of their 5 years and the dude's gonna get his inheritance and then he like hates the family or something like that. He hates the company because it's like a heartless corporation or whatever. Nice, we love it. We love a man for the cause. But anyway, so I guess the family wants to like meet his supposed wife because they've never even met her and they're coming up on the 5 years and he's gonna get his inheritance and they're like actually we need to meet her and make sure you two are like actually married because we've never even met her, and so they have to like fake it and stuff for the family. I know I said I don't like fake romances, and then this is like another fake romance, but this premise for a fake romance seems really fun. Like I said, a lot of the times the reason the fake romance doesn't work for me is it's because they could just accept their feelings for each other and move on. But this is such like a specific and creative reason for them to have a fake romance. I know a lot of people do like to get their inheritance fake romances. I just think this sounds fun. I don't know. So that comes out May 14th. Next up is Skybriar. I don't need to open this. We don't have a date, we don't have a cover, we don't have a title, but this is the supposed next book by Talia Hibbert. I don't even think we know for sure that it's coming out this year, but I love Talia Hibbert. You can see in the background that this shelf that I have in my bedroom has some of her books on it, and the only reason I don't have her third book on it is because my best friend borrowed it like a year ago and hasn't given it back to me. Girl, I know you watch my videos. Give me back my book. Love you. I love Talia Hibbert, so if she's putting out a book, I'm gonna read it. I just wanted to mention it. All right, next up we have Happily Never After. While I do highlighter, I have the Stenessa Myricks. I have not been saying what I've been using, have I? I have the Stenessa Myricks Dew Wet Balm. I love this stuff. It does make me look dewy and wet. Okay, this premise looks so fun. It's Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. Comes out on March 12th. And it's essentially like professional wedding crashers. Like you can hire them to crash your wedding and break it up if you want to like not get married but you don't want to say it, which like in theory is a premise I'm super against. I'm gonna use this rose ink lip and cheek color in heliotrope. In theory, I'm very against a premise like this because just be mature and tell your partner that you don't want to be with them or whatever. Oh my god, my eyeshadow is not blended. Okay, we're gonna have to go back and fix that. Yeah, basically this woman hires this company to like break up her wedding because she doesn't want to get married, but she doesn't want to like disappoint her dad or whatever. And then she's like, wait, I want a job with you. I want to do what you're doing. This looks so fun. And the guy's like, okay. And so they start crashing weddings together and they fall in love. No notes. Sounds so fun. Sign me up. I'm there. March 12th. Oh, shit. March 12th, this will arrive outside my door and I will read it. All right, next up we have Savor It. I have absolutely zero memory as to what this is. Oh my god, I know why I'm reading this. Again, seems like a little bit more serious, a romance. Basically, it's a woman in a small town and her boyfriend break up. They were together for a really long time. And then he like suddenly gets engaged to somebody else. This obviously, she's heartbroken, you know. She meets this other guy who's the death of his sister left him in charge of his niece in grieving, and he's like a chef. The reason I'm so interested by this is because in the beginning of the blurb it says, Sage Bird has lived in the coastal town of Spruance, Oregon, not to be confused with Forks, Washington. So my assumption, and I've done absolutely zero research to corroborate this and I refuse to, this is Twilight fanfiction that's been published. And I'm here for it. Sign me up. I don't even care. I am going to do a series on Twilight. Don't worry. That is the next book series I'm doing. Once I'm done with Mockingjay, which I am still working on. I just haven't had the time with the holidays and stuff to sit down and like actually film it. I have it all written out. But then this is taking forever, so I honestly could have done that instead, but oh well. This is I love fancy lipsticks. I'm sorry. If I spend, well, I guess I've been using NARS this whole time. I do like to spend money on makeup. I'm sorry. I have a YSL lipstick here that is just like the best color ever and I'm obsessed with it. It's Rouge Per Couture The Bold lipstick number 4. Yeah, I think it's Twilight fanfiction, and that sounds super fun to me. I love Twilight. I'm not ashamed of that. So I'm excited to read something Twilight-esque. Look at that. Is that not just such a fun holiday color? I just put way too much on, but it was too aesthetic not to. Okay, I'm gonna go dab that with some toilet paper, and I'll be right back. Alright, this is the makeup. We're done. I'm going to slick back my hair now because it's gross. I don't know if you can tell. Okay, I'm gonna swap around the blinds again. I'll be right back. I'm also just now realizing that I totally forgot to put sunscreen on, and I don't want to hear it. I know, you should wear sunscreen every day. I usually do. I just forgot. I got distracted doing the get ready with me, and I didn't put it on. And I'm not taking all my makeup off to redo it. So I don't have sunscreen on today. Okay. Oh, okay. This one looks really fun. This is about two girls.
The irony of it being called Here We Go Again, and I once again forgot to tell you the title and the author name.
Who have a complicated past, who are trying to avoid each other in a small town. They're both in a small town and working as teachers, and then their favorite teacher from high school, only has a few months left to live. They're sick. They want to do a road trip with both of them, and so they agree to it because they're like, oh no. So it's like the three of them all in a van together for like the whole summer or whatever. All I'm really doing here is revealing how chaotic it is when I get ready for things. But anyway, it seems like it's kind of like a second chance romance. Like they had a fling in high school, it didn't end well, and they're gonna have a fling again now that they're adults. And that makes me really excited for them. So, I'm excited. It makes me really excited for them, so I'm excited. Intelligent Thoughts, Meredith. That comes out on April 2nd. Also, I'm revealing what it actually looks like when I brush my hair, which is not good. Curly girls don't ever brush their hair, but this is like day 5 hair, day 6 hair. It's like not curly anymore, is what it is. Oh, they used to be friends, not lovers. Okay, but it is a romance. They are going to become lovers over the plot of the book, is my understanding. We're almost done here. We got 3 left, and I'm doing my hair, so that's good. We're making horrible time, but that's all right. I had a flexible morning. That was why I did this. I'm just gonna have to rush. I have a love story by Ashley Poston. I'm so excited about this. This is one of my most anticipated books, probably. This premise looks so fun. I will actually be so disappointed if it turns out to not be that fun. Basically, it's this girl, and her friends are like obsessed with this. This is an old brush. And her friends are like obsessed with this romance novel series that takes place in this like small town, Quixotic Falls. I assume that's related to Don Quixote, so there's going to be a windmill in here somewhere, is my assumption. Probably a safe assumption. But anyway, so they're obsessed with this romance series that takes place in this small town, but then they're supposed to have some kind of reunion or something and meet up, and one of the two friends like doesn't show up and kind of flakes on the other one. And she ends up like in a storm and very like Wizard of Oz style, ends up actually in Quixotic Falls. And it's obviously like a fake town, right? It's like an imaginary town, but they're kind of stuck in this loop because of the book series. And it says she has to like finish the book series. She's an author as well. And it says she has to like finish the book series to like save the town. But then she like doesn't want to because she's like in love with the bookkeeper. I'm very curious to see how it all plays out, especially because this is supposed to be like a fictional town. Like what is, like it's one of the few romances where I'm actually like going into it like what is the ending going to be? Like, I assume she ends up with the guy, but how? It's a fake fictional town. Or maybe it makes her realize she's in love with someone else, which I would be kind of annoyed about, but whatever. Nice. I don't know. It sounds really, really fun. It comes out on June 25th. It has a 5-star rating on Goodreads right now. And maybe I will give it a 5 stars when I read it when it comes out in June. All right, we got 2 more, and then I'm pretty much done. I just have to spray dry shampoo, but I have to grab it. Oh, this one's called A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. It's by Tia Williams. I specifically want to read this because Tia Williams' other book, or one of her other books, people love. It's called 7 Days in June, and I've never actually read it just because I've never gotten around to it, but I want to. So when I saw that she has another book coming out this year, I was like, oh, maybe I can read that, and then if I like that, I can go back and read 7 Days in June. So yeah, it's called A Love Song for Ricki Wilde, and it comes out on February 6th. It's about a woman who kind of leaves behind her life to open a flower shop, and she meets a handsome and mysterious stranger. All of our dreams. So yeah, that looks exciting. And the last book on my list is Lavash at First Sight. It's coming out in May. This one I'm specifically reading. It's about these 2 girls, and one of them is in tech marketing, and the other is Vanya, but it doesn't say what she's doing at the conference. So I don't know what she's doing at the conference, but they meet at the conference. I love to read romances that take place in the tech industry because that's my industry. And I love the idea that software engineers deserve love. I'm not convinced it's true, but I like the idea. But yeah, I just like reading books that are like in the tech industry or tangential to it. And I don't know why, because they always piss me off because they're never accurate because the people who write them are authors, not tech people. I still have a good time usually, so I'm excited to read it. All right, here's our fit. Well, I guess the cherries aren't necessarily Christmassy, but it's red and green, okay? My bangs are not behaving. I need to put more dry shampoo in them. I hate it when I get that like part in them. Makes it very hard to shape them. I'm gonna have to put more work in. Oh, hello! Hi, honey. You want to say hi to the subscribers? This is my other cat that I haven't featured in a video yet. Is she gonna? There she is. That's Miss Olivia. She will claw my face off if I pick her up. So I can't do what I did to Stanley with her. She has made it very clear to me that's not allowed. I'm in the process of training her to be more malleable, if you will. More okay with the fact that I'm going to pick her up sometimes, just so that when I have to do like medicine and stuff, it's not too hard. But they're a mother and son and they're very sweet. They're my best friends. Anyway, if any of these books look interesting to you, definitely let me know. What books look interesting to you? Any on my list look really interesting, or do you have other books you're anticipating? And definitely let me know if any of the books that I mentioned are specifically interesting to you, because then I will make sure to read that one. Because odds are I'm not going to make it to all of these books, given like the rate that I read at. Whew, okay, I got my earrings in. But yeah, let me know so that I can make sure that I read the ones that you guys really want to see me read and what I think of them. Have a very Merry Christmas. I think I'm posting this the day before. And I will talk to you all later. Bye. Say bye, Olivia. Say bye to the people. Want to say bye to my subscribers? No, she's pouty. She wants me to refill her food bowl. Believe it or not, they have food anxiety. And so that amount in the food bowl means they're starving. Bye. Say bye. Bye.